Dark Souls 2, I can't wait for you. That rhymed. Hey there, Twinly Twin and fellow Snowflake fans, it's Kristi. I feel like it's been forever since I've made a vlog. So what I want to talk about today is some of the upcoming games that I'm really super pumped for. I'm not necessarily going to put them in any specific order of like how much I'm really excited for one over the other because they're all good in their own ways, and yeah, so here we go. The first game I want to touch on is Killer is Dead. Now, we all know that I'm a huge Suiish fan. You know, you have like No More Heroes, Shadows of the Dam, Lollipop Chainsaw. We all know how much I love that one. Killer is Dead is also a Suiish game. So if you are a fan of Suiish or anything that's remotely his style, like he has a very unique style, definitely want to be looking at Killer is Dead. Basically, from what I'm understanding from it, from the trailer and everything that I've read, it's kind of going to be like a darker James Bond 007 type thing. It's supposed to be taking place in the near future, so you have like, you know, better technology, advancements, things like that. The gameplay looks pretty stylized from the little bit that I've seen in the trailers and things, which we all know I like stylized violence as well, so plus sides on that. Definitely something that I'm looking forward to and can't wait to play. So the next game I want to talk about is Soul Sacrifice, which is actually coming out for the PS Vita. So if you don't have a Vita, definitely, you know, this game was probably going to make you want to buy a Vita if you're an RPG fan like myself. Soul Sacrifice is an action RPG that's coming out that has an interesting mechanic in it where the player sacrifices certain body parts to be able to do special moves. I know there's one where you can like rip out your spine and it makes this sword called Excalibur. Basically then your character kind of hangs there like it's all limp and stuff because you don't have a spine. The whole point of your character being able to, you know, sacrifice body parts to do specific moves, I think is a really neat concept, and it's not something that you've really seen. And so like as you do the attacks and once you've done them, you have like these scars from it and your body is starting to like show that you've used certain parts to do these devastating attacks, and after you've done these attacks you can't really do them again. Like it kind of forms scars and things on your body, so you know, once you use that power, I'm gonna say, it's gone. And on top of that, Soul Sacrifice is made by the guy who co-designed Mega Man, so definitely if that doesn't make you want to pick it up, I don't know what else would. Another game that's going to be coming out over the summer is Project X Zone, which is for the 3DS, and that's something that would probably make me want to buy a 3DS. That and Fire Emblem Awakening, but whatever. Project X Zone incorporates characters from Namco, Sega, and Capcom, so definitely like you have that as a crossover, and then it's a tactical RPG, and why would you not want to buy this? This is just me spouting things as usual. So that would definitely be something that would make me want to purchase a 3DS. So the next game I want to talk about is The Last of Us, which we all know how excited I am about, and I actually pre-ordered my Survival Edition a long time ago. So yay! Can't wait to get that and start playing. This is a PlayStation 3 exclusive, so if you don't have a PS3 already, I'm sorry. Might want to consider picking one of those up too. I know we're all not made of money. So anyway, again, another game made by Naughty Dog, which Naughty Dog makes good games. Simple as that. The Last of Us is an upcoming action survival horror game that we all pretty much know about if we're pretty intense gamers. When I was at PAX, I actually saw a lot of gameplay for that. I didn't play it myself because the line was kind of long and I wanted to go do other stuff. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're playing the movie. Like, the graphics are insane. If you haven't watched a gameplay trailer, definitely do that. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll stick one at the bottom of, you know, in the little description thing, like I usually do. So definitely something I'm really super pumped for. To me, that's probably going to be one of the contenders for Game of the Year, but, you know, don't quote me on things like that so soon. So next we have Destiny, which is Bungie's big debut project that they've been, you know, scheming about for a while, which is this poster right here. Ah. So excited. As soon as that came out, I was like, I need to pre-order that stuff, so definitely did. So Destiny's set like hundreds of years into the future, and humans at this point are trying to, you know, repopulate and take back basically what was theirs. They spread out through all these different planets. You as a player are taking on the role of what's called the guardian of the city, and what you're basically trying to do is learn more about these hostile alien races that are trying to destroy and kill everybody, and you want to be doing that before humanity is completely wiped out. This is definitely something that you need to look into, and especially since it's going to be for PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and probably the new Xbox that's coming out. Can't say for sure anything about PC, but that's definitely something to be looking out for. This is supposed to be a project that's supposed to take at least 10 years. Like, Bungie signed a thing with Activision, and, you know, they're going to be working on this for at least 10 years. That's their goal anyway. Everything that they've said about it, it's been extremely innovative in my opinion, and I also think that their idea behind this is really unique, and it's something you've never seen before. Everything they have planned for this, everything I've read about it, watched about it, just learn as much as you can about Destiny. I mean, like, they've incorporated a whole new engine into the game, and there's even events and things that can just happen that, like, the developers didn't even plan into the game, so that's pretty exciting. Come on. Why would you not want to at least look into this game? And finally, I want to talk about Dark Souls 2. Yes, Dark Souls 2. So excited for Dark Souls 2. I cannot even explain to you how, like, much I'm shaking right now. Everyone knows how much I love Demon Souls and Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2 just makes me even more happy to know that they're coming out with a second one. I think it's important to note that there is no, like, story connection between Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. I feel like maybe the reason they named it Dark Souls 2 was just because it uses the same kind of mechanics as Dark Souls, but like with the campfires and things like that. So basically the entire premise of this game is that your character is cursed and you're trying to find a way to cure that curse. That's it. That's what I've learned so far. I've watched a lot of gameplay videos about this, especially on IGN. The enemies are going to be a lot smarter. Most of them look a lot faster, and I'm noticing too from what they've showed us that they're really theorizing and trying to get us to even strategize more than we have been in the past 2 games, which I'm super pumped for because I like games that make me think, and that would be one of them. The reason I love these games is because it's literally your character having zero help from NPCs, zero help from anyone, basically. They all speak in freaking riddles most of the time. Or they like to trick you. Getting through these harsh environments where everything's trying to kill you, things are falling on you, you have to be extremely careful, and that's why I love it. The difficulty is what makes me happy. And once you finish an area, or like you defeat a boss and stuff, I cannot describe the feeling that you get in your little hearts right here when you defeat a boss in that game. Makes you so happy. Dark Souls 2, I can't wait for you. So anyways, Twinny, that's my little list of games that I'm super pumped for that are coming out, you know, within the year or whatever. Obviously there are tons more that I want to talk about, but I won't for the sake of time. AC4, maybe I'll give it a shot just because it's a different development team. We'll see. For our fellow Snowflake fans, if you have some games that are coming out that you want to share, definitely write them in the comments. And I always love some good conversation, so definitely, you know, do that for me. I'd appreciate it. And remember to stay tuned. Same Snowflake time, same Snowflake channel. Love ya. Bye!